Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, we're talking toys. Will you have trouble finding them this holiday season? You may have heard some of the reports that COVID is impacting both toy manufacturing and shipping. So what does that mean to Connecticut's toy sellers? Amato's Toy and Hobby in Middletown has been around for more than 80 years. And Neckers opened in 1948 in Simsbury. It started as a landscape and gardening center that eventually also sold toys and bikes. It's now called Neckers Toyland. The daughters of the original owners are now in charge of the businesses. We're happy to be joined by Diane Gervais of Amato's Toy and Hobby in Middletown and Deb Necker from Neckers Toyland. Diane, I want to start with you. This is something that y'all haven't seen before. Tell me how this is impacting the toy sales business. What's different this year?
It has certainly been a crazy year, hasn't it? We've been hearing all year that there are going to be, shipping delays and toy shortages. So we here at Amato's, and I'm sure over at Neckers too, have been aware of that and have been ordering in early. So this is an early year. We've been bringing in product a lot earlier, and we're happy to say that our shelves are overflowing with product. And so it has been challenging to make sure that we have product for Santa's sleigh.
And Deb, I want to turn to you now. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing there. You heard Diane say that her shelves are overflowing. Have you had any issue getting in stock, and what are you seeing?
Well, like Diane, our shelves are also well stocked right now. But we are finding that there are certain items that we cannot get. So we're just filling in the gaps with things that are available and hoping that'll be on the kids' Christmas list this year.
Can you give me an idea? Is there one category of things that may be harder? If there's a parent out there who's thinking about a certain gift, is there a certain category or just individual items? What's the challenge been?
It's usually certain items, not a whole category, although we haven't been able to get, and I don't know if I can say this on the television, but we haven't been able to get Nerf guns for months. And so, we're trying to just pick up other items that are kind of in that same idea of, boy play. But, you just fill in, like I said, you just got to fill in where you can and hope that's what the kids are going to need and want.
Well, we had some video there of your store, Deb, and certainly lots of great stuff on the shelves. Diane, you talked about how the shelves are stocked now and that people should act early. Well, here we are, first Sunday in October, and we're already talking about Christmas gifts. So we're on the same page with acting early. But what's the message for parents? Should they get out there and maybe shop this month instead of waiting until a week before Christmas?
Yes, I think normally people do start in October, and they already have started. And I think that the message this year is to shop frequently. Product is in, but it's also continuously coming in. So item that you might not find on the shelf this week, you might find next week. Conversely, an item you see today might not be here next week. So we are counseling our customers to shop frequently and to see what has come in, because product is going to continue to come in right up through January, really, but right up through Christmas Eve.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Deb. Is there something that a category of gift or items that you've had trouble getting? What are you seeing in the getting stuck up and having trouble getting to you?
We actually haven't quite yet. I mean, there's an item here or there that's taking longer than we would like, but I haven't really had any specific item shortage, thankfully, at the moment. Again, we've really been on this since January, and we're already planning into the, sadly, the thought is that this is going to continue through spring. So we're working on spring product now.
What is can you describe, I mean, we just keep saying supply chain. Do you have a good handle, Diane, on what it is that's actually bottlenecking everything up?
I think it's a lot of things, but from the reading that I've done and the information I've received from vendors, it started originally with a shortage of containers overseas. The containers, if you can imagine it, were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that kind of got a little bit better, but then everything, there's been a sort of a shortage of everything, a shortage of employees, a shortage of the containers, a shortage of space on ships. Things are taking longer with COVID restrictions, et cetera. Then ports have been shut down overseas occasionally. Once product gets to the US, I think right now, today there's many ships sitting off the coast of California waiting to be unloaded. That's taking a little longer. Once it gets unloaded, it has to get into trucks. The trucks have to get it across the country. There's a shortage of truck drivers, so that takes some time. Has to get to warehouse. There's a shortage of warehouse staff. And so it goes. And then it has to get to stores. And then, as we're all hearing, there's a shortage of staff in restaurants and stores, et cetera. So it's kind of a perfect storm. A combination of all of that is what I've heard.
Well, and we had some video while you were talking there showing some of those ships in California sitting offshore waiting for their turn to come in and be unloaded. Deb, let me ask you this. As we looked at video both of your store and of Diane's, we saw lots of things on the shelf. And I know this is always your message to shop local, but this might be a year where if you can see it on the shelf and pick it up with your hand and check out and not have to worry about anyone shipping it, this might be the year to make that decision, right, Deb?
Oh, definitely. I was just talking to one of my customers this morning. They always say it's easier to shop online because you can do it anytime and anywhere. But if you don't have it in your hand, you don't know for sure you're really going to get it. And if it's on our shelves, you can take it home with you today.
Is there a hot toy this year, Deb? Anything that you expect to be a big seller? Is there something that we already know is going to be the one that parents are going to be banging on your door trying to grab?
Well, I don't see any Cabbage Patch trending things right now. For us, it's all the fidgety, sensory type toys, those pop fidgets and Neato balls, all those kinds of things are what we're selling a ton of right now. And fortunately, those we have in stock.
And how about you, Diane? What's the hot toy over at Amatos?
About the same. We find every holiday season the traditional products, train sets, race sets, dolls, games are all very popular. But certainly this year, everything sensory. I agree with Deb. And yes, they are in stock. So that is great.
All right. Well, 2 local options for parents. I'm sure both of you, if the parents come in with no ideas, I'm sure you've got a million for them, right?
We do.
We do.
All right. So you've got experts, you've got merchandise. You can, as Deb said, pick it up and take it with you today. So certainly a good option with all that perfect storm that Diane was talking about with the backups and the shipping. You don't have to worry about that. You can go over. So we have Diane from Amatos Toy and Hobby in Middletown, Deb from Necker's Toyland in Simsbury. Thank you for being with us. Hopefully many of our viewers will be in to do some shopping. We appreciate you being with us on this Sunday morning.
Thank you.
And that is CT21 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley is next. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll meet you back here in Studio A next Sunday morning.
Eyewitness News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.